out of 5 review average. Superior Fence and Rail is superior. So take the online challenge or let their professional team show you what superior service looks like. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, I have heard you talk about growing a diamond from a small size to a larger size. Exactly how does that work at Underwoods?
David, it's a very simple thing we do on diamond solitaire rings and diamond ear studs and diamond solitaire necklaces. When a customer buys one of these items from Underwoods, we guarantee they get the price paid for it on the purchase of any larger or more expensive diamond. Now, a lot of places would say we do the same thing, but where Underwoods is different is we don't care if you're only trading up by 1/100th of a carat or going up by $1. We give the customer the full value of the diamond they're trading in. The Underwood Grow a Diamond program has been in place for a number of years, and it's something the people here in North Florida have been taking advantage of for a long time.
That's at Underwoods, where you can grow a diamond.
Underwoods, serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Underwood Jewelers.
With your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm B41010XL. This update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. On the heels of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announcing that the state would be open for professional sports teams to come in and visit, Florida Athletic Director Scott Strickland echoed that sentiment, saying that facilities at the University of Florida will be open to pro sports teams, both football, basketball, baseball. They will, quote, be prepared to do so. Speaking of baseball, Blake Snell raised Ace in some hot water after comment on his Twitch stream yesterday about the return to play proposal.
Y'all gotta understand, man, for me to go take a pay cut is not happening because the risk is through the roof. It's a shorter season. No, I gotta get my money. I'm not playing unless I get mine.
It's 67 degrees at 7:01. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Let's go! Rolling along on a Friday. Little at 6:30. Good to be here. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Yesterday we talked about the NBA Draft Lottery Party, and today we learned that, well, perhaps Mrs. Beef had a different perspective of said events that led up to the NBA Draft Lottery Party. Beef's little daughter turns 1 today.
Yeah, happy birthday to Sophie.
Which means Mrs. Beef was in the hospital a year ago at the time of the NBA Draft Lottery Party.
Now, much like Blake Snell, apparently my perception of things might be a little off.
Beef was on Twitch the night before, and he basically said, yo, I'm going to the party, dog.
I got the green light from the wife. All is right.
Apparently, in discussing it with the wife and reviewing said events last night, you learned that that's not exactly how she saw it.
Apparently, I, much like Roger Clemens, I misremember how things went.
Yes.
I said, oh, yeah, we talked about the anniversary of the night before the baby was born. She's like, oh, when you left me in the hospital? I'm like,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, hey,
whoa,
hey. You gave me the thumbs up. She's like, no, I didn't. You basically told me the kid wants to go to the party. We got to go. And I said, okay. Like, that's not how I remember things.
Oh, not good. Let me give you a little sage wisdom, a little advice. Because there was...
Obviously, I need it.
I felt like I was pressuring you to come to the party a little bit.
Well, you are a leaner.
Yeah, I was leaning on you. And you delivered and came to the party, and it was much to my happiness and joy. We don't have to relive...
At what cost?
We don't have to relive the incident or anything. We did that yesterday, but...
People...
Yeah, probably. She's probably more right than you are on this.
Oh, she definitely is.
Yeah.
I mean, she was in a medical crisis. And,
yeah. Especially.
I wanted to go see if the Bulls would get Zion Williamson.
Especially.
I couldn't put the TV on in the hospital room.
Especially knowing you as I know you and hearing some of the stories that maybe you even told me this week on the down low. I know that she's probably more right. So I'm going to suggest to you that if you do something, just do something nice for her this weekend, a little extra and try to, she'll carry that for a long time, forever, quite frankly. So don't bring that one up anymore.
Yeah.
And move on. And
Yeah, we're going to keep that one on the low.
Yeah,
that'll just be a radio bit.
Yeah, we'll keep that on the D-low. But anyway, so I looked at these 2020 NFL projections at USA Today, and it did not please me whatsoever.
Dark clouds.
Unless you never want to, you start to get old, you don't want to wish away your life. But in the sports world, if we could fast forward a year, wouldn't it be great right now? In a lot of ways. Like we'd be in the middle of baseball season, hopefully. The NBA would be in its playoffs. In other words, without changing the calendar, if we could fast forward a year from the sports world right now, and hopefully the coronavirus would be under control. Hopefully there'd be a vaccine by this time next year. You know what I'm saying? And then the Jaguars may have Trevor Lawrence on their roster, depending on what happens. Because if we live through 2020's NFL season, in other words, if we go through it with the Jaguars, USA Today has them going 3-13. That's bad news. The even worse news is USA Today has the Giants going 2-14. Thusly, with the first pick, it's the New York Football Giants. That crazy Gettleman, who knows what he'll do. Beef suggested that maybe we could trade it.
They don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Then also remember this. They also have the Panthers and the Chicago Bears going 3-13. So we could be picking fourth with a 3-13 record.
Yeah,
that's
it's
really bad news.
We're at 2-4 window.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm not a fan of that.
No,
I like 2 a lot more than 4.
Now, if we came up with 2, listen, because here's the point: if we go 3-13, then we know we should draft a quarterback. Unless 11 snaps into the season, somebody gets hurt, and I don't want to bring that juju on, so I'm not going to bring it up. In which case, we probably wouldn't win a game with the quarterbacks that we have. But with all that said, 3-13. The one bit of bright news that Beef was able to point out to me, and this would be wonderful news, the Los Angeles Rams of Gainesville.
Yes.
The Gainesville Rams, wouldn't that be great too? Jalen would have to play close to Jacksonville. Would go 6-10.
Yeah.
Which would put them in, would give us another top 10 pick, quite frankly.
Correct.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'd be picking 8th. So we'd be picking 2nd and 8th. Ooh. Now, could you package 2 and 8 to go up to the Giants and get 1?
That's the question.
Yeah. Again, we don't know. So I don't want to have to deal with that. If we're going to go 3-13, go 1-15. That's all I'm saying. If this ship sails south quickly,
yeah. If you're going to bottom out, then bottom out.
And we lose to the Colts at home to start the year, and then we lose at Tennessee, and then we lose the Thursday nighter to a rookie quarterback or Fitzmagic at home, and then we lose at Cincinnati, lose them all. It ain't going to get any easier. Lose them all. You feel me?
I'm with you. I'm all the way with you, Dan.
And I think most people would be.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And by go, I mean
3-13. That is not something I like to look at right there. Staring at me.
Well, 3-13 sure sounds awful when you're in the face of it.
Mm-hmm.
But after the fact, when you're sitting pretty and you're picking 1,
yeah,
you forget about how bad it hurt.
3-13 wouldn't be. This is not good to say. Look, 3-13. Again, I used the word twice today. Sucks. Sorry, Junie.
And it does.
But if it was 3-13 and C.J. Henderson had 5 interceptions and K'Lavon Chason had 7 sacks and Josh Allen had 11 sacks and Laviska Shenault had 52 receptions, would you feel better about the 3-13? Yes. Right? If you got the numbers from some of those young guys, I think you'd feel better about 3-13. All right, a couple others They have the Colts winning the South. That's the team I have picked. I would like at 11-5. They have the Titans as a wild card at 9-7. The Texans at 8-8, and then the Jags at 3-13. This was like a mediocre division that we were all 8-8s, and now suddenly we're back in the dregs. How did that happen? What happened?
You know how.
I know how. The Patriots not winning the East or making the playoffs. They have the Buffalo Bills at 10-6. Great news, they have the Jets at 5-11. That's a dime bet win.
Win for Danny.
We'll take that.
We're spinning.
The Ravens, the number 1 seed, again, 13-3. They have the Pittsburgh Steelers as another one of the 3 wild cards, remember now, at 11-5. The Brownies, 7-9. They have the Chiefs winning the West and the Broncos making the wild card at 9-7, just easing past the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles via Tallahassee at 9-7. So the Dolphins, by the way, the Stinkfish at 6-10. In the NFC, which is action-packed, everybody's picking the Saints to go to the bowl, by the way, that's okay. They're a fine pick, except for you look at, there's so many good teams, man. They have the Bucs as a wild card at 10-6. They have the Falcons as a wild card at 9-7, and they have the Eagles as a wild card at 9-7. They have the Niners winning the West, the Seahawks at 9-7, but missing the Cardinals at 7-9, and the Rams, as I mentioned, at 6-10. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get Big Pat on the phone, and we'll catch up with him. We'll have that and more next right here on The Drill.
Now, Downtime with Dan on 1010XL. Brought to you by Ameris Bank. At Ameris Bank, you don't have to pay for our attention. Our advice doesn't come with a price tag. See what we're all about at amerisbank.com.
Yeah, that's not what we're looking for, 3-13. But if we do go 3-13, do yourself a favor and go 1-15. Look, again, tank for Trevor, fail for Fields, whatever it may be. If the Jags are really bad this year, they're going to be really bad because part of the reason is going to be because of quarterback play. I mean, you can't be, it's very hard to go 3-13 and say, hey, but our quarterback played well. That just doesn't work. So hopefully that doesn't occur. Hopefully they're more like 8-8 and Minshew shows things and they realize that they can win with him. So that would be the hope, and we'll see how that all occurs as we move forward. But the experts aren't thinking that way.
At Ameris Bank, you don't have to pay for our attention. Our advice doesn't come with a price tag. Whether your needs are large or small, we'll go out of our way to get things done for you. To us, every deal matters, and Ameris Bank team members are fiercely committed to businesses on the First Coast. From startups to expansions, we're here to get you what you need when you need it. You have our attention. See what we're all about at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. Holy great deals, Batman. How do we do it? Murray Superstores offer an exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty. So stop paying those big city prices at those big city dealers. Shazam! And we'll trade anything from kitchen mops to laptops. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
When you owe the IRS and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for affordable IRS tax representation. J. David Tax Law can stop any IRS collection action and protect you from financial devastation. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 15, 1941, Joe DiMaggio began his record-breaking 56-game hit streak against the White Sox in Yankee Stadium. He would record a single and an RBI.
Golfers, it's time to tee it up and get back to playing the game we all love. Edwin Watts Golf Shop is now fully reopened to serve all your golfing needs. Our team has taken precautions to ensure your shopping safety when you visit our stores. Come in today and get the best deals on clubs, bags, balls, apparel, and more. And at Edwin Watts, we offer free custom club fitting, club repair, and trade-ins. Now, let's get out there and play some golf. Edwin Watts Golf Shop, home of the 90-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Well, this coronavirus has thrown us all into a bit of a tizzy, right? It's hard to keep your schedule together. When are you going back to work? Are you going to be able to have a summer vacation? When it comes to the last-minute arrangements for your pet, I mean, you're in paradise. Pet Paradise is open throughout, and they're also offering curbside drop-off and pickup right now. In fact, if you're a healthcare worker, you're going to get 50% off camp and boarding services as they do their part to help you guys who are helping us all so much. That's valid through the end of May. $20 camp days for everyone, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday through May. Vet services, grooming services, an expert staff, and quite frankly, a love of your pet. And that's why it's called Pet Paradise. It is paradise for your pet. And right now, they're offering pre-purchase boarding nights, 35% off regular rates that can be used through October. So you may not know, and you're up in the air right now. You do this, you're taken care of. Purchase 3-night or 5-night bundles today. Nights don't have to be used consecutively, and you can even use them on holidays. Get them online today and use petparadise.com.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. This year has brought new challenges, but we've been tested before. Americans are tough and caring. Mike Merritt wants to thank everyone for pulling together, especially those on the front lines who maintain vital services. Mike Merritt is taking special precautions to keep you and their employees safe as well as comfortable. And as always, with Mike Merritt, there are never overtime fees. Whenever you need them, they're here for you. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Over the last weeks, we found out exactly what we can and cannot live without. We were told what is essential and non-essential. But here's what we learned. Even though some of us were 6 feet apart, others have never been closer. We've come to appreciate love and our relationships more than ever. At Diamonds Direct, we're now open for business again, ready to get back to our mission. We're so proud to be a part of this community, and we're honored to help you celebrate with the ultimate symbol of love. We have taken every precaution to ensure our stores are clean and safe, and our associates are excited to see you in our showroom. But we are now also offering remote and virtual appointments using the latest technology, along with curbside pickups and overnight delivery, so you have every possible option. All this, of course, on top of the guaranteed best values that you expect from Diamonds Direct. So if you've discovered that someone you can't live without, please visit us. Let us help you find that piece of jewelry that will have a story like no other. And remember, no matter what, Diamonds Direct will always be here, because love is essential. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Beaver is open for business, and we're here to recover together. We understand the importance of community, so Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are supporting local businesses. With the purchase of every vehicle, you will support a local business and receive a $200 gift card of your choice. Buy a car, support a local business, and help us recover together.
Plus, Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are offering 0% financing or no payment for 6 months.
Visit beavercares.com for more information on how you can support the recovery of our community together.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
All right, welcome back to the program. It's 7:18. Good morning, Jacksonville. I want to catch up with our good friend Big Pat Young. Patrick is joining us right now on the phone lines. We're going to catch up, see how he's doing, what's going on in his world. Always good to catch up with him. A contributing member of 1010XL 92.5 FM and a future superstar in the industry. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning.
How are you?
Down here in beautiful Clearwater with my girlfriend and her family. It's a great way to start the day.
Okay.
Everything's great, man.
All right.
Absolutely.
Now, listen, well, first off, how's everyone? Everybody in the family okay? Everybody hanging in there with everything?
Fortunately, we've been very blessed just to no one's been affected immediately by this, and in my family, just very thankful. We're just trying to stay sane and and not kill each other, because we're seeing a lot more of each other right now. But everyone's doing great.
It's the truth. You know what, Patrick? Yesterday I noticed this, and this is a terrible thing to say, but I have my 15-year-old and my wife. My wife works for Duval County Public Schools, so she's working from home, and the 15-year-old is doing his school stuff, and he's at home, and so. You know, I used to call this when I'd get home between radio and TV. You know, I'd get home at 10:30 and I'd do some stuff and I'd go, work out or do whatever. But I call that Dan time. You know, that's Dan time. It helps you keep your sanity. And so every single day, including the weekends, and there's the wife and my son. And so you run into them. Well, yesterday, my son, they're just starting to get back to some baseball stuff. So he had a baseball thing, and my wife said, I'm going to take him. I'm going to go stop by. Our friend lives right by there and visit her. And I said, oh, okay. So I noticed, though, at like 5:30, and I'm only saying this because I know they're not listening this early in the morning, I was like, oh, Dan time's back. It was, and now, I loved being with them, but when you're with somebody every single day, 24/7, it does wear on you. So I've been thankful to be able to at least come down to the radio station for 3 hours in the morning. So my point is, I know I get what you're saying. Hey, has this a pandemic changed anything in your life, in your world, in terms of what you were doing, your plans? I know you were rehabbing and working out and trying to make one last run at basketball.
It's funny you say that. I'm sure there's a lot of people. Obviously, everyone can relate. I was in Gainesville last time we spoke. The beginning of January up until the end of February, the UAA shut down. They say once Rudy Gobert tested positive for the coronavirus, pretty much that was the beginning of the snowball effect where everything was shut down. So the entire UAA, I had a pretty awesome routine when I was in Gainesville.
Right.
Working with the men's basketball team, getting access to the court, working with the trainers, having a really good. Eric Murphy was there as well, so I had another former Gator, former teammate that we were pushing each other, getting better. And when things got shut down, I was like, well, I might as well go home. And that first week, I was probably in the mindset a lot of people were as like, woe is me, everything is ruined.
Sure.
What am I going to do? This and that. But the interesting thing about devotion, Dan, is that devotion, it doesn't matter what the outer circumstances look like. When you're devoted to something, you're saying, I don't care what is in my way. I'm going to dedicate myself to that in whatever shape or form. So after that first week, I sat down with my dad, which I'm so thankful, and I have a father that just has been supportive of me my whole life. Whatever I want to do, he's just, I'm going to help you get there and push you with that passionately. And man, literally just went back to like Rocky style workouts, man. Like I unfortunately have a spin bike. So I in the morning I'm on the spin bike just doing something, getting the body moving. Then we move it's crazy, man. I have my same first basketball hoop. Not the little Fisher Price, but my actual real life size basketball hoop from childhood. Still have the same thing. We changed the backboard once, but we have the same one. We had it in the backyard and just used it on a strip of sidewalk just to work on like free throws and form shooting. And I was like, you know what, Dad? Let's put this thing on the driveway. So we've been shooting in the driveway, ball handling drills in the driveway. I got a dumbbell set. Was able to borrow a bench, a workout bench from some friends. Borrow some more dumbbells. I have some. It's funny. I bought some football cleats from Ross because they were on sale. They were like, it was like $1.50 for size 16 football cleats, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I'll ever use these, but it's $1.50. So no one can say this is a bad investment. So it turns out there's a nice hill. We live on the north side, and if you're heading towards the airport, there's an overpass of 295, and we're able to bring the car down there to the bottom side of that overpass, and just about 3 times a week. My dad, he's got the clock down at the bottom, and I'm there running. We're running hills, we're running sprint.
Wow,
just getting the boy in shape, man. Seriously, just devotion comes in all shapes and forms. It's just you don't deter. You keep the vision in mind, and you stay consistent. So that's what I've been doing.
I mean, I would like to bottle your devotion and use it. I mean, that's fantastic. What a great story. Visiting with Patrick Young, the former Florida Gator. Now, Patrick, so what when this all ends, where are we in terms of timing and what you would like to do in terms of professional basketball? Because the idea was to give it one last shot here. So where when we get through this and basketball starts to resume with the NBA and around the world, what's the next step for you?
Man, that's really difficult to say because there is so many uncertainties right that lie ahead of us. How are a lot of teams in Europe right now are just dealing with the issues of current player contracts and what they're going to do for next season, because a lot of players didn't get a chance to finish out their contracts and weren't able to. A lot of players weren't able to receive the remainder of their contract. And the problem is all the money over in Europe, for the most part, is in the soccer teams. The soccer teams are the ones that have buku bajillion dollars. And not that the basketball organizations don't have that, but most of them are not affiliated with the soccer team. So a few of them are needing to renegotiate so they can stay afloat and be a team that's alive, that's still an organization for next year. But a lot of things are just out of my control, and I'm not even worried. I'm not worried about. My job is just to focus on me, to continue to stay passionate about it, to continue to pray about it, to continue just to put forth the effort and belief that I know things are going to work out. It's still in my heart. I still have to fire for it.
Good.
I know that I have a great agent. We're getting on the call sometime next week. I just love how much through this whole process and my injuries and everything, they have just been with me the entire route. I got a great support team. I got you guys. I'm, definitely. I have backup options, of course, but right now I have this window in my life where playing basketball is a small window, and I'm going to try to exhaust that as long as I still love it for as long as I can.
Good for you. Good for you. If you don't know Patrick, and listen, he is a tremendous. I've told Patrick this privately, but he will be a superstar on television when he wants to, whether as an analyst or in studio. He knows the game and speaks so wonderfully. If you're listening to him now, you understand what I'm saying. But I wanted to ask you about this, Patrick, because we have these discussions and you live this. So we have these discussions all the time, and this is when kids. We could take the Gator guys right now: Nemhard, Trey Mann, Keontae. Test the NBA waters, so to speak, and my point was it's not just the NBA, it's professional basketball. So if you've accomplished all that you want to accomplish in college, how lucrative is it now to play overseas? In other words, are we talking with some of these contracts? Are they making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year now per contract? Is it more like $100,000 a year? Or does it depend? What kinds of deals are there out there for these young folks if they want to play professional basketball, but maybe they're not going to play in the NBA?
Oh man, it varies so much. There's so many things that come into play. Usually, guys that are rookie players,
right?
That maybe didn't get drafted aren't going to get as big a deal. But if you're in the second division of a certain country, you're probably not going to be looking at hundreds of thousands. Every country is so different. Like Germany and France, they're capped at like the maximum amount you can give a player.
Okay.
And then you look at a country like Spain. Mirotic, Nikola Mirotic, that used to be a Bull. The Spanish player that was a Bull had a huge beard. The one that I know he would hate to bring it up if people don't remember the story where Bobby Portis and him had gotten a fight and Bobby Portis broke his jaw.
Yes,
he signed like a $5 million per year contract.
Okay,
but the thing with Spain is that you pay so much in taxes there. It's one of the only few countries that you end up paying so much taxes in that country. It's ridiculous. We think we have a problem with taxes here. They're paying almost 45% taxes
right.
in Spain, but it really does vary. Like Scotty Wilbekin, he will be a prime example of somebody that you look at. He goes overseas to Europe his first stint, and he plays like a little bit of a half season after getting cut from the Sixers, and he makes about $40,000 the remaining of that season.
Okay.
Then he goes to his next club, and he's making more, and he builds his name up, a good repertoire. He's in a good league, not the best league. And then after playing well, after people are able to see what he can do, and having a good agent, now he's making millions per year. He's really it's a process. It can be very lucrative. You can have a long career, but you're sacrificing a lot when you decide to go over there and play overseas. Especially if you want to start a family, you're over there for 10 months at a time. You really see who your true friends are, the ones that are willing to come over there and visit you. Because I was so disappointed when I was in Greece my first year because I got injured and I wasn't playing that whole season. I didn't have to travel. I didn't have to practice with the team.
Right.
So I had so much idle time, and some of my closest friends from high school, they didn't come and they dropped the ball. I was so disappointed. We still talk about it to this day. I'm like, guys, you have no idea, man. We could have just had the best bro time ever.
Right.
But yeah, the money is out there, but it's a grind.
It's a grind. It takes time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. To be successful in anything, a lot of people look at the fruit at the end.
Right.
Like, oh man, that person is so successful. Look at they're doing this and that, and they have this. But I guarantee you, every person that has been successful has had a period, a season in their life where they just had to grind. It's some kind of season where it looked ugly, but they were setting themselves up to be where they are today.
All right, a couple more minutes with Patrick Young. Patrick, put us in the mindset of a kid like Trey Mann. Why would he want to test the NBA waters? Obviously we look at it and we're like, what are you doing? You're not going to the NBA, and that would be career suicide in some people's opinion. I mean, you average 5 points a game. Are you listening to the wrong people? Is that a way of saying I'm not happy with how things worked out here? What is the situation? Help us understand what that young man might be thinking.
From our perspective, we can see that this past year was a bit of an adjustment. There's just so much expectation on these kids that come in that are so highly recruited. But when it comes to actually getting to college, it is such an adjustment. First time living on your own, away from your family. There's so much that goes on to basketball, scouting, being on time. It's crazy. Kids just don't get that the small things add up to being successful. And for Trey, the kid came in so skinny, so small, and the way his game was, he plays more of an NBA style game, but it wasn't what Coach White was. Right, like if you can't play defense, if you can't break through screens, if you can't do certain things, you're not even going to get an opportunity to do what you can do on the offensive side because he can't trust and rely on you to do the small things. But yeah, definitely, I share the same sentiment as you guys. I think it wouldn't be the best decision for him because being so highly recruited, and we have great draft class with him and Scotty and him and Trey and Quez Glover. I couldn't see him taking that step, but I can understand him doing that because there is a lot more development in deciding, I guess, if he wanted to go that route into the G League. But you need to have a really good agent that has a plan for you. That's the key. But if Scotty Lewis decided to come back, which he did, which I'm so grateful for because I didn't think that he was NBA ready yet.
Right.
I think one more year he will be. Then Trey Mann also definitely should take one more as well and just really devote himself to making this next year special. But what's awesome through the process of testing the waters, that these NBA teams are going to tell you what you need to work on. You get a reality check,
right,
and get a chance to work on those things and see what you can do to improve your status for next year.
Well, that's good. Why is there such vitriol towards Mike White? Mike White, you're part of this program. You're part of the fabric of this program. You were second wave or the third wave, if you will, with Billy Donovan, and had such a storied and successful college basketball career. Mike White follows him. He wins 20 games a year. They were going to get to the tournament again. Obviously, the ranking was too high to start this season. I get that part of it, but I always preach that that it's Florida basketball. Billy Donovan was a once in a lifetime guy, and Mike White has done, I think, a wonderful job in following him up. I'm sort of a Mike White supporter, but it's like every game that he loses, they come out, and I'm like, guys. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I put it bluntly, Patrick, but here's what I say. Listen, this isn't Kentucky, and this isn't North Carolina, and until you basketball critics go down there and show the passion that you show football, I would say shut up.
Right.
I mean, it's not like they're playing in front of a packed house every night here. So I'm just trying to understand why there's such a vitriol. And it's not, listen, it's social media. That's part of it. So maybe if there was more Twitter and stuff when Billy struggled in his early part of his career, when he was, they used to call him Billy one and done because he'd play that first weekend in the tournament and lose. To me, it's like if Florida basketball competes in the SEC and Florida basketball makes the tournament and Florida basketball went to the Sweet 16, I would think that's a pretty doggone good year. But help me understand, because you lived it, you're part of it, you were part of expectations as well.
We all know and we love it. The great Al Davis. Rest his soul. Just win, baby.
Right.
Just win. And I don't get it completely because I love Coach White. I've gotten a chance this year just to really see what he does and just see how he ticks. And he's just so consistent. He brings that same energy, that same drive every single day. It is unfortunate that the NCAA rules changed on not just the hours, but that you actually have to have your practice plan scheduled out the week before. And the reason I say that, like, you would say, oh, why is that an issue? I'm saying because when Coach Donovan, before they changed the rules this last time, if we came into practice and we were practicing awful, we couldn't get through the first drill or number, he'd say, all right, guys, I'm going to see you guys later at 9 o'clock. This practice is over. If you guys don't get things going, we're going to be back here again at 12. And you can't do that anymore. I was there. He was able to kick the guys out of practice for 10 minutes because you can't get that time back. But he's doing a great job. I think the Gators need to be more patient. I mean, you look at the last game of the season. I was there when they played Kentucky and lost the 18-point or 17-point lead or something like that. And I couldn't believe it. We just got to give them some time. We have tasted so much success at our university at the program. So I can see it's hard to be patient when you just want to win. It's all about winning when it comes to sustaining your job and believing in who you have. But I want to just stress to our Gator fans, I believe we have the right guy in the seat right now. It just takes time to build, to get your program back to the top. But he's right there knocking on the door.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, listen, it's always great to catch up with you. We're so proud of all that you've accomplished. Keep chasing the dream and stay in touch. And many blessings to you and your family, Patrick.
Absolutely. Same to you, Dan.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, there he goes, Patrick Young, former Florida Gator. He's such a terrific young man. We've known him since high school. We're so proud of all that he's done. And I'm telling you, if you spend any time with him and talk sports, you can tell. I always tell him, I go, Patrick, you don't understand, dude. You're not, you're national material. Okay, you're that good. So anyway, wish him nothing but the best. Appreciate him coming on the program. And
in a lot of ways, he's too good for this show.
He is too good for the show. I mean, it's kind of like Doc Murphy, Daniel Murphy.
We don't know why they're slumming it with us.
I don't know, but we take it. They feel sorry for me. They feel sorry for us.
Pity points.
Yeah, and they come in and they let me throw you. Let me throw you a bone.
He's been nice.
Good gosh almighty. Here you go, buddy. All right, this is the drill. We'll come back and do a 10-minute drill next right here on The Drill.
The drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns and live racing is back on 1010XL this Sunday from Darlington Raceway. Presented by American Transmission. Coverage starts at 2:30 Sunday on Jacksonville Sports Radio.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
All offers are with approved credit and out of conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
Car buying made easy is what we're all about. When you buy from Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, stay on the road and let the adventure begin in a new Jeep. Drive a new Compass from just $242 a month. Get a new Wrangler and save up to $5,000 off MSRP. How about a brand new Cherokee from only $259 a month?
Drive a new Gladiator from just $329.
For a limited time, get 0% for 72 months.
Get approved today.
Drive a new Ram truck and save up to $14,000 off MSRP. Make no payments for 120 days. See our inventory at #1CJD.com. Enjoy free pickup and delivery from our service department.
It's just that easy.
Serving our community in a safe and responsible manner. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard,
across from the Regency Square Mall.
Jeff Prosser here. Hadn't been a normal spring to this point, that's for sure. But, one place that is safe and nice to hang out is on your own patio. If you've got Patio Envy, Lifetime Enclosures open for business, and the cure for that, let them design the patio, lanai, sunroom, or screen enclosure of your dreams. Told you how happy my folks are with the work that they had done by Lifetime Enclosures. So visit now at Lifetime Enclosures, just south of Bay Meadows on Phillips Highway. Want to get out and about and beat this cooped up feeling? Let's make sure to wash your hands. Set up a free estimate. You could receive a 20% off your qualifying purchase. Take the short walk, Lifetime Flooring next door, and tell them Jeff sent you.
I'm Hayes Carline. You can get news, rumors, and my opinions on your favorite NFL team throughout the offseason on my blog, brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing at 1010XL.com.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialist at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
Feel safe as you get back to work. Martin Environmental can test your home and workplace for the coronavirus and do a complete wipe down of your home and workplace. Their staff of industrial hygienists and experts also provide mold detection and removal to help keep your family and business healthy. Call 737-1034 and let their experts come to your home or business to test for the coronavirus, mold, and other issues. Call Martin Environmental, 737-1034.
Hey, this is Coach Driscoll from UNF Men's Basketball. Our athletic department uses Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for our student athletes. If you want your kids to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Swoop!
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, Hicken here. You've been putting off that engagement, just ready to reward someone you love for being so awesome during these last months. Great news. Diamonds Direct open for business. All our friends at Diamonds Direct are eager to see your smiling face. And, man, they've gone to great extremes to make sure the showroom is clean and safe. And they will work with you however you are most comfortable. They can do remote and virtual appointments using the latest technology, curbside pickups, or overnight delivery. But if you want that amazing